If you're sick of feeling invisible on the Hinge algorithm because your bio doesn't say 6 feet tall, watch this video to start attracting and going on dates with the women you thought were out of your league. So I know 13 seconds in, I've already made a pretty bold claim. So why should you guys listen to me? Well, for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm only 5'6" and I get 100+ matches on Hinge every single month. And as you can see, I got the screenshots to prove it right here. I hit the match limit almost every single day. So Hinge has this rule where you can only have 8 matches in your inbox at a time. And I far exceed that almost every single day. But anyways, little pro tip before we get started in this presentation. You can literally implement this while you're watching the video and you'll start getting better results as you're watching this presentation. So just pause as you need to and implement this. But as you can see, I know my bio says 5'7" and I told you I'm 5'6". So everyone on dating apps, even the women, lie about their heights. Even the guys who are 6 feet tall, they'll put 6'2", 6'3". So you just got to play the win the game. I know you might feel a little weird doing it, but understand you're just doing this to have a fair competitive advantage, right? Just don't go too crazy with it. Like if you're 5'8", don't put 6 foot. Like that's just, you're catfishing at that point, right? Put whatever your height is in shoes, maybe an inch taller. That's reasonable. She's not going to think that you lied to her, right? Because think about it. Like if you matched with a girl and she looked like a model and then you roll up to the date and she has like a double chin, you'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? You'd literally go back to your car. You'd be like, fuck this. You'd block her number and never want to see her again. That's how she would feel. So just be reasonable with it. Don't go too crazy with it, guys. But anyways, welcome to another installment of Short Guy Game. In today's episode, I'll be covering the exact system that makes shorter men irresistible on dating apps, right? I'll be covering the exact framework that actually allows you to become the exception to a girl's height preference. So for those of you who don't know, when a woman has genuine burning desire for a man, all these little like nitpicky rules that she's had in place for guys she's dated in the past, like you have to make this much money, drive this car, this college degree, be this tall, it all goes out the window. It becomes irrelevant because she's actually attracted to you. So by the end of this video presentation, you'll know exactly how to curate your profile in a way where she feels that type of way about you, has genuine desire towards you, and you become the exception to all of her rules, despite the fact you're short, right? So here's exactly how you're going to become the exception to every girl's height preference. But before I show you how to do that, it's important that I show you that these methods don't just work for me, but they work for other people too. So check out Orlando. Orlando was always matching with girls that he thought were below his standard, and he wasn't even able to get dates with them. Like he was literally more attractive than these girls, but they wouldn't even give him the time of day. And it was really taking a blow to his self-esteem. And, you know, he would try and text him, but he'd always like get called like the nice guy, right? He was always being like too polite and he'd get walked over. He'd get taken advantage of. He'd get flaked on. He wasn't getting actual dates. He felt like he was wasting his time. But then after implementing what I taught, literally within 2 days, look at the results he got. Like he hit the match limit literally after 2 days of implementing my protocols. All he did was change his pictures and his prompts, and the matches started rolling in on autopilot. Essentially what I like to call inbound attraction, where you don't really have to do much of the work. You don't have to do the chasing. They chase you. I also want you to check out Sean. So Sean's a unique case, right? Sean is actually 5'4". So he's also short like me. A little short. He actually is shorter than me, and he lives in India. And he was really insecure about his race and his height, and he thought this was what preventing him from actually going on dates and being able to attract women. Like he wasn't getting like any matches on dating apps. And then when he came to me, we made some adjustments to his profile, his pictures, his prompts, made him more catered towards what women find attractive, not what he thought women would find attractive, right? Listen there. What's key is that we put photos of what women find attractive, not what we think they find attractive, right? And when he did that, he started getting 5 likes a day. He started getting 5 likes a day. I don't even get 5 likes a day. I get anywhere between 1 to 3 likes per day. So he's actually getting better results than me, right? And this crushed the insecurities he had around his height and his race, right? So not only is he getting like dates multiple days a week from Hinge, but this is giving him the confidence and external validation to actually get dates through cold approach too. Like now he's approaching women because he's like, oh, if I can match with this kind of girl on a dating app, there's no reason I can't approach her either. So he's crushing it. Like he completely transformed his identity, right? So my personal guarantee to you by the end of this video, you will no longer have to settle for low quality matches, right? Like you probably log onto a dating app, maybe you get 1 to 2 matches a week, but they're not even girls you're excited about. Like you wouldn't screenshot these girls and send them to your friends. In fact, you'd probably be pretty embarrassed to be seen with these girls in public. You're no longer going to have to settle for that. You're actually going to be able to attract the kind of girls that you genuinely thought you never stood a chance with. Like, I want to make it clear, like, this isn't just going to be like you're getting more matches. Like the quality is going to be there too. Like, I'm not talking about the 4s, the 5s, girls that are like 40 pounds overweight. I'm talking about girls that are like really attractive, like the 7s, the 8s, even the 9s. I won't say the 10s because the 10s are like on a yacht in Dubai or like in Miami with like some rich dude. So unless that's you, like you're not going to be attracting the 10s. But if anything, I'm honestly saving you a bunch of headache and heartache because you probably wouldn't want to deal with those girls anyways. Like they're super high maintenance, right? But those girls that you see in public, they're your type and you're afraid to approach them, they're going to be matching with you on dating apps. And they're even going to be messaging you first, right? How much easier will it be for you to actually get a date when a girl's texting you first? Like she's flirting with you. She's telling you how attractive you are. And she's even like saying like, hey, we should go out. We should meet. Probably a lot easier. Also, not only will you be getting matches, because I know something a lot of guys struggle with is a lot of guys, some guys, they are getting matches. That's not really their bottleneck. They don't know how to convert these matches into dates because you've probably heard like getting the match, it's only half the battle, right? You still got to be able to convert this match into a date. And I'll give you the exact framework I use to consistently get girls to go out with me. So I'll cover how you need to text them and also the mistakes that you're making that are preventing you from getting their phone number, them leaving you on red and them matching you so you can actually meet these girls face to face and have a human connection with them, right? They'll also never be insecure about your height again. I mean, I already showed you my results and the results of some of the guys I've helped. So that should already give you some confidence to think, okay, like I guess height really isn't that big of a deal. Because I mean, we all know how superficial dating apps can be. They can be pretty superficial, right? But despite that being in an unfair playing field, I'm crushing it. The guys I help are crushing it, right? So that should give you some confidence. But also when you actually start to see the results for yourself, you're going to see like, oh, wow, like height was never the issue. I just didn't know how to curate a profile that's actually catered towards the female gaze. And when you start getting these matches and they start messaging you and you start going on dates with them, you're not even going to think that you're short again. Like you could be able to walk into a room with guys who are like 6 feet tall. You're the shortest guy in the room and it won't even faze you. You won't even pay attention to it. You won't even notice it because you're like, women don't care that I'm short. I'm that fucking guy. Women love me, right? And then lastly, this is going to be the coolest part. This is what happened to me recently. Like now my friends come to me for help when it comes to dating. Like I used to be the guy who was made fun of because I couldn't get a date to save my life. I used to go on like Reddit and I would like vent about like all my problems with girls. And like somehow, I don't even know how, my friends found like the screenshots of the Reddit posts and they started sharing them in the group chat. And it was so embarrassing. But now it's like I did a total 360, a total transformation. And now they're coming to me for advice, but I don't give them any tips because it's like, you made fun of me in the past. You missed out. It's like, you should have betted on me in the beginning, right? But you're going to be in that position too. Maybe like your friends make fun of you. Now you're going to be the guy who's getting dates every week, attracting girls. And they're going to be like, whoa, like, how are you attracting all these girls? Like these girls are actually like really hot. These are hotter than the girls I go out with, right? And it's all because you have the proper systems in place to attract these girls. So here's how you're about to unlock unlimited women at the tip of your fingertips. So allow me to address the elephant in the room because this has probably been on your mind. A lot of guys, they talk about like the stats around height and dating apps and that women have height filters. And I'm here to debunk that, right? Because there's a huge misconception about the height filters with dating apps. So everyone always likes to point out this statistic right here that was done on Bumble, but it's still applicable to any of the other dating apps. And it basically says that like 70% of women on dating apps have their height filters set to 6 feet and above, right? And I'm here to tell you, like, if you're falling for this, this just shows me that you don't know anything about women, and it's probably why you're in this position watching this video. Like, no offense, like you're in the right spot. I'm here to help you, but essentially, like women, they don't. So in order to have access to the height filters, women have to pay for the premium service, right? And if you know anything about women, which you don't, that's fine. I'm here to teach you. You're in the right spot. I'm here to help you. They don't pay for the premium service because these girls, they get hundreds of matches every single week, some even every single day, right? So it would actually be a waste of money for them to pay for the premium service to have access to those height filters. So really, like only a select few amount of girls actually have access to the height filters. And those girls probably aren't the girls you would want to go out with. Because like if you're a girl and you're struggling to get matches on dating apps, you're probably really, really unattractive. Like you're probably very overweight, just not very good looking. And if you're thinking, well, I don't even see the attractive girls in my feed when I swipe. So there's clearly, they have access to the hype filters. And my rebuttal to that is, and don't take this the wrong way, dating apps will pair you on the algorithm with girls that they believe are of equal attraction to you. And I don't mean to say that you're ugly. That's not the case. In fact, I review dozens of profiles every single week. And that's actually very rarely the case that the guys that are on dating apps are unattractive. It's just that you don't know how to present yourself in an attractive way. There's a difference between being handsome and knowing how to actually have an attractive online presentation. So essentially, because your presentation isn't spot on, you're not getting the matches, and that's lowering your placement, your ranking on the algorithm. So where you're not shown to girls that are of your caliber or above, right? So once you actually start curating your profile more towards what women find attractive, assuming you're good looking, which you probably are, because again, I've reviewed dozens of profiles every single week, and it's very rare that it's not because you're not good looking. You'll notice that you're going to start getting more matches, and the matches you're getting are a lot more attractive. And because of that, it's actually going to place you higher on the algorithm. So your likes are going to be prioritized over every other guy that's sending likes to that girl. So you're going to get more likes. And because of that, it's going to continue to boost you on the algorithm, and you're just going to continue to get more matches after more matches after more matches, right? But you're also going to get more likes too, because you're going to be prioritized on the top of the stack whenever girls are swiping on dating apps, right? So that's just me debunking the whole height stats. It's bullshit. A lot of guys fall for this, but they don't actually read into the stat. They don't understand the nature of online dating. So with all that said, in order to land dozens of women in your inbox on autopilot, you must understand dating app dynamics. So this is another important aspect that guys don't understand. They don't understand the nature of how dating apps actually work. So what you have to understand is men and women swipe completely different on dating apps. Like we use dating apps completely different. And the stats really show for this. So women on average like 1 out of 16 profiles, right? Meanwhile, guys, we like 1 out of 3. And honestly, like, I don't feel like that's very accurate. I feel like a lot of guys, and I used to be guilty of this. I don't really do it anymore, but I used to be pretty guilty of this. I would just swipe on everyone. Like so a lot of guys, they just swipe on everyone and we're like, oh yeah, like we'll sort it out later. We'll sort it out later, right? But that's not how women use dating apps. In fact, they're the opposite, right? Women, I'm going to make an analogy for you. When they use dating apps, it's kind of like they're doom scrolling on TikTok, right? So when you're on TikTok, you're just like swiping through each video. You're like boring, 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 boring. And then you hear a video and it goes, this is why you're never going to have a girlfriend. And you're like, what? And it stops your attention. You keep watching the video. You're like, what is this guy going to say? I can't believe he would say that. And you're watching the video, right? So the analogy I'm making here is essentially in order to stop a girl from swiping no on you, because that's what they're doing. They're doom scrolling on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, swiping no on every profile. Your first photo needs to reel in her attention. It needs to reel in her attention so she actually wants to match with you, right? So you have to literally spark her emotions and curiosity with that photo. Like she has to feel some type of way about you. And if she doesn't, then you're going to get lost with all the other profiles she swiped no on. And the stats really back up everything I'm saying. Like, look at this. So on average, women match with 1 out of 2 likes. They pretty much have like a 50% match ratio. Meanwhile, guys, this is scary. And I'm not this statistic, just letting you know. And I posted all the evidence earlier in this video. I got dozens of other videos on my page showing my credibility, but like, you're probably this stat. And like, you know, I'm sorry, man, but hey, like you're in the right spot. I'm here to help you. But like the average man only matches with 1 girl for every 40 likes he sends, let alone a girl he's even attracted to. Like if you're running just regular Hinge, like you don't have Hinge X or Hinge Plus, where you can't send unlimited likes a day, you can only send 8 likes per day. So it literally is going to take you 5 days just to get 1 match. Just to get 1 match. Like, do you see how inefficient that is? That's a very inefficient strategy. And I mean, it makes a lot of sense because a lot of the guys who come to me are only getting about 1 to 2 matches a week. We need to get that up to 1 to 2 per day. Otherwise, you're not going to be running enough volume. And if you're not running enough volume, that's what's going to lead you in this endless rut of thinking dating apps don't work, thinking that women have superficial standards, right? You're not running enough volume. That's why you're getting flaked on. That's why you're getting unmatched. That's why you're getting ghosted. It's a numbers game, right? Obviously, you have to have systems in place. But if you're not even getting the volume in the first place, it's going to take you a year just to get 1 date, right? So we got to fix that. So how to avoid being another statistic? Well, I think it's fair to say if you do what every other guy does, you're going to have the same results, right? No matches in your inbox and binge watching my YouTube videos, right? Just call them what it is. Again, like you're in the right spot. I'm here to help you. But like if you take photos like every other guy, if your presentation's like every other guy, you're going to get the same results as every other guy. No matches or dates to show for yourself and being frustrated, blaming the algorithm, saying you're shadow banned, blaming the women, and not doing anything about it, right? So before I show you what to do with your profile, so you're not another statistic, it's important you understand what not to do, right? Because what you need to understand with dating apps, again, women swipe completely differently than us guys. When women swipe on dating apps, they're looking for reasons to disqualify you. Meanwhile, us guys look for reasons to qualify the girl, right? So the moment there's something that disqualifies you, 8 out of 10 times, she's going to swipe no. She's not going to take that risk, right? So we need to eliminate anything that could potentially disqualify you from getting the match. So I really need you to listen up, pay attention. I'm going to show you what the average man's profile looks like, right? In fact, because I review so many profiles over and over again, every single week, I see the same mistakes all the time. And you're definitely guilty of these mistakes. If you're watching this video, you are definitely guilty of these mistakes. And I need you to listen up because this is what's disqualifying you and making you become another statistic and preventing you from attracting the kind of girls you actually feel like you deserve. So this is the average man's profile. And you might look at this profile like, what's wrong with that? Like, he's a good looking guy. He's tall. Like, why isn't he getting any matches? Well, first things first, let me tell you how I found this profile. So I found this profile on Reddit. So I know a lot of guys, they want to go on like Reddit, like r/Hinge, r/Bumble, r/Tinder to get their dating app profiles review. And I respect that. Like, you're trying to self-improve. You're trying to do the right thing. It's a step in the right direction, but you're actually taking a step backwards and you're actually not making any progress doing that, because the guys reviewing your profile on Reddit are the same guys in your position asking for their profile to get reviewed because they can't get any matches. They can't get any dates. They get left on red. So it's kind of like the blind leading the blind, right? So probably not such an amazing idea. Plus, like, it's Reddit. It's Reddit. Like, probably not the best place to get advice on girls. But anyways, I don't want to roast you too much. This profile right here, I saw it on Reddit. And again, you might look at it like, oh, he's a good looking guy. He's tall. Like, why is he not getting any matches? Well, first of all, just looking at these first 4 photos, my immediate reaction is it looks like he went on his mom's Facebook and screenshotted a bunch of photos off her profile and just threw it on a dating app. What do you think's going on in a girl's mind when she thinks like, oh, it looks like this came off his mom's Facebook? She's like, that's kind of cringe. That's kind of weird. Right? It's not very attractive, right? So here's the deal. Like, remember, you have to stop the scroll. We have to stop the scroll. So like when she sees that photo, she's got to think like, God damn, he's fine. Ooh, I want a piece of that. Or like, what's the catch with him? I want him to ruin me. I'm just being honest with you, right? Like, this just gives off like kind of like nice guy vibes, boyfriend energy. You don't really look like a catch. You don't really excite her. You just kind of look average. You have to look above average. Right? And you might be thinking like, well, why do I need to spark all these like emotions and, sexual attraction if I want a girlfriend or a relationship? Well, because it's a looks-based game, right? I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. It's a looks-based game. It doesn't matter what your dating intentions are. You have to spark sexual attraction. You have to actually like spark her curiosity and make her feel some type of way with your photos. And if you can't do that, well, then you're going to get left behind. And photos of you cheesed up, like, doesn't really do a good job. Like, a lot of these photos just look like your mom, asked you to sit down and say cheese in front of the camera. This photo right here, it's like you're just like chilling in a raft. Like, it's not very good. There's very minimal effort into this, right? And this photo right here, it's like, dude, you're a tall dude, but this is not how you want to present that. Like, this photo is like taken, like, it looks like you just propped your phone against like your golf club and took the photo. And selfies, like, it's just not going to cut it. This is a very, very low effort profile. And you have to actually put more effort into your profile to get the results you want, to get multiple matches a day, to get multiple dates a week, right? It requires more than just throwing some photos on your profile and hoping that you get the result. Just because you're tall, just because you're handsome isn't good enough, right? Will those things help you? Yes, but you have to leverage them in the right way. And this is not the way to do it. So don't worry. I will not allow you to make these same mistakes. I know I just told you like, oh, this is, you don't want to do any of this. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to tell you how we can prevent that entirely so you can get the same results as me and the other guys I've shown you in this presentation. So with all that said, allow me to show you the online inbound attraction system. So the online inbound attraction system is the dating system, the dating strategy I created through nearly 4 years of my own trial and error. Like I used to be that guy who would create a Tinder account, get maybe like 2 matches, but they were overweight. So I'd delete it out of frustration, then try Bumble, but not get really any results on there. So delete that, try Hinge, delete that, go back to Tinder, and just be in this like endless cycle of like creating and deleting dating app profiles, but never actually really getting the matches I wanted in the first place. Like I felt like these matches were less attractive than me. And like, I was binge watching all the YouTube videos, going on Reddit, like I talked about earlier, getting my profile for review, going on all these different internet forums. And I felt like I was trying everything and just not getting the results I was looking for. I wasn't I was like, I'm working on myself as a man. I'm good looking. I dress nice. I go hard in my career. I'm in shape. Why am I not attracting, hot girls? Why am I not getting dates? Why am I getting these like bullshit matches? It's because I didn't understand what women wanted on a psychological level, on a biological level. I didn't understand female attraction. Once I figured out female attraction, that's when I cracked the code. That's when I started getting more matches than I even know what to do with overnight. So let's break down the online inbound attraction system so you can understand how this dating strategy works. So again, the online inbound attraction system will take you from literally being invisible on dating apps to effortlessly matching with 15 to 20 attractive girls every single week, right? Every single week. And I just want to ask you, like, how much easier does that make your dating life when you have the option to pick and choose who you want to go out with rather than just settling for what you can get, right? That's probably going to boost your confidence. In fact, when you go on a date, you're probably going to carry yourself with more confidence. Your body language is going to be improved. You're going to speak with more conviction. You're not going to be worried about trying to impress her and hoping that she likes you. Rather, you're more worried about, why should I even like her? Which is probably going to raise her attraction, right? She's going to be like, wow, this guy's really confident. He's really masculine. He's different than any of the other guys I talk to, right? Probably going to be a lot better, right? But I want to make it clear, not only are you going to attract larger quantities of girls on dating apps, but the quality is going to be there too, right? Again, I'm not talking about the 4s, the 5s, the 6s. I'm talking about the 7s, the 8s, the 9s. In fact, I want you to close your eyes and kind of imagine, what does that dream type look like? What color is her hair? What race is she? Is she Asian? Is she Latina? Is she Middle Eastern? What does she look like? Is she curvy? Is she skinny? Is she thick? What does she look like? What does her voice sound like? What does she do for fun? How does she dress? What's her personality like? Because those are the kind of girls you're going to be matching with and going on dates. But not only that, they're going to be messaging you first. They're going to want to go out with you. When you go out with them, again, you're going to carry yourself with more confidence than you ever have before around women, because you're going to be a new man, right? You're no longer operating out of scarcity, but from abundance. And she's going to be far more attracted to you. The way she's going to hug you tightly, the conversations y'all are going to have on the date, the way she's going to play footsies with you under the table and laugh, right? It's going to be a good time. And again, this system works regardless of age, race, and even height. I've proven this all with the testimonials in this video, right? Because at the end of the day, there's 7 billion people on this planet. And you can't convince me that there isn't someone else the same age as you, the same height, the same race, who has everything you could possibly desire. The only difference between him and you is he didn't play the victim. He decided to play with the cards he was dealt and bet on himself. And that's what you have to do. Bet on yourself. And considering you're already halfway through this video, I think you're in the right spot. I think you're betting on yourself. I think that self-belief is there. So let's continue to take action by paying attention to the rest of this video, right? Lastly, landing dates becomes far more predictable rather than being unpredictable. Like, how do you get your dates now? You probably cold approach 20 girls at the mall. You get one phone number, doesn't lead to a date, or maybe it does, but it doesn't go anywhere. Maybe you have to go to bars and clubs and hit on like some drunk girl, and maybe you take her home, but then you never hear from her again. Maybe you have to hit on like coworkers or do social circle. And then you awkwardly, ruin the dynamic of your friend group, or like things get kind of weird at work. There's tension. Like, I don't want you to have to settle for that, right? When you implement the systems I teach in this video, dating's going to become more predictable because you'll be able to sit on your couch or the comfort of your own bed, literally in your room, swipe, and have dozens of girls land in your inbox. Literally. All you have to do is text them with the right text sequences, which I'll give you, to convert these matches into dates and then go out with them, right? Probably a lot better, right? Far more predictable rather than unpredictable, which alleviates a lot of stress that you're probably carrying, always wondering how you're going to get your next date. You can allocate that time and energy that you would have spent chasing girls to bigger and better things, like your career, that business you've always wanted to start, your friendships, your relationships, time with family. Whatever it is you'd rather be doing, you now have that free time, that mental capacity to allocate towards that rather than chasing women, because now women are chasing you. So with all that said, here are 2 mandatory prerequisites to getting the kind of results I've been talking about throughout this video. So number 1, you must be at least a 6 out of 10 on the look scale. And number 2, you must have a lean and aesthetic physique, right? Which both of these things are beyond achievable, right? Being a 6 out of 10, anyone's capable of that. I don't care who you are. Anyone is capable of being a 6 out of 10. All it requires is for you to be at a low enough body fat percentage, ideally in that 10 to 15% range, having the right haircut, having the right facial hair, being well groomed, having a good skincare routine, and boom, you're going to be far more attractive than the average man. You're going to stand out like a sore thumb. And then, of course, dressing nice. And then having the aesthetic physique is very important, especially as a shorter man, right? Because we don't signal that biological protection because we're lacking height, we have to compensate with that with our physique. And that signals that we're strong, we're healthy, and we can protect her, right? But also there's studies that show when you have the perfect golden ratios, when you have that V-taper aesthetic, women actually disregard the fact you're short because you create that primal attraction. It's evolutionary. It's kind of like when you see a woman with the hourglass figure. You can't help but stare. You can't help but look because it's just attractive, right? Even if her face isn't that pretty, you're just like, damn, like she's got a nice body, right? So make sure you take care of these 2 things. If you haven't, I'll link 2 videos in the comments below, 2 resources you can follow. I have some guides in the same format as this video breaking down exactly how to become more attractive and have the aesthetic body that women desire. So you can, work on that and then start going on dating apps and getting the kind of results. But assuming you already have these results, let's get to it, man. So what you need to understand is online dating, it's like running a business. So a lot of you guys watching this video are going to appreciate this because I hop on a lot of calls with you guys. A lot of you guys message me on Instagram and you guys run businesses. You have your own offers like I do, or you're in sales, right? So the analogy I'm going to make for you is essentially like your dating app profile is your landing page. It's a lead magnet, right? You are the product and she is the customer. So in order to steal as much market share as possible, since you're competing against other companies, other guys, we have to raise our sexual market value, right? If you watched any like dating content before, sexual market value is basically where you stand on the dating marketplace because it's a marketplace. You're competing against other men, right? You're competing against other guys, and we got to present ourselves as the most valuable product. And the way you do that is to have attractive photos, to have prompts that spark curiosity and emotion, and having the proper texting sequences to actually convert these leads into sales. I call the women leads, right? That's what they are, right? They're leads. We got to be able to convert these matches into dates, which is the sale, right? And again, we do that through proper marketing, having a good marketing campaign in place. And we do that by tailoring everything towards what women find attractive on a biological and primal level. So allow me to break down exactly how we're going to do that. So here's why handsome men get 0 matches. So again, this guy's a good looking guy. I saw this guy on Reddit. He said he wasn't getting any matches. Meanwhile, me, I'm a good looking guy. In fact, I'd say this guy's better looking than me. And look at the results I get. Match limit. Boom, right? It's because I understand how to market myself towards what women want, right? Remember, this is a marketing campaign. So photos will make or break your experience with online dating. This does 90% of the marketing. Yes, prompts and bios are important, but if your marketing, if your photos aren't even on point, she's not even going to take the time to read them, right? They'll certainly help because you can craft them in a way to where she wants to message you first and start the conversation. But if you haven't even taken the time to get good photos, you're wasting your time. She's not going to read those prompts. They're irrelevant. So the guys at the top, you've probably heard this. The guys in the top 20% are the guys getting all the matches, right? And I'm in that 20%. I'd say I'm probably somewhere in the middle, like the 15 to 10% range, right? Us guys in that 20% understand that in order to get more matches, photos will make or break our experience. But not just any photos, because again, you could be a handsome guy, you could be tall, you could be in shape, you could take good photos, but you might not get the same kind of results we get, right? We understand that these photos actually need to cater towards what women find attractive, not just throwing anything on our profile and hoping it sticks. Yeah, that might get you some matches here and there, but it's not going to get you the kind of results you actually want. And if you're still watching this video, you don't just want okay results. You want exceptional results. That's why you're watching this video. I mean, there's no edits, there's no cuts. This video is just a raw presentation. Like, you're actually serious about this. So let's actually take this a little more serious so you can take things to the next level. So catering towards the female gaze. So when your profile is set up towards female attraction, like I said, you're just going to be getting matches left and right on autopilot in your sleep. Just scrolling on your phone, boom, notification, 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 match, match, match. Oh, you're hot. Oh, you're sexy. Oh, I want to meet you. How much easier is that going to be? That's the dream, right? Now you don't have to focus on chasing girls. Literally 25 to, I'd say about 50% of girls, depending on the time of year, message me first. And those girls are always the priority because they're expressing high interest. I don't chase girls that aren't into me. There's no point in that. It's like running a business. You wouldn't cold call 50 leads that had no intent in buying. You'd be spinning your wheels. That's a waste of time. Same thing goes with dating. We don't want to chase leads that aren't into us. It's a waste of time. So in order to cater towards the female gaze, there's several aspects we need to cover, right? You need to, one, be good looking, which you are. You need to be good looking. You need to clearly show what you look like in your photos. This is a huge mistake guys make with their profile. So again, I review so many profiles every single week. And the biggest mistake I see guys make with their profile is I don't know what they look like, right? And remember, women, when they're on dating apps, they're doom scrolling. So if they don't know what you look like, if you're looking to the left, you're looking to the right, you have a group photo, or you're wearing a hat, sunglasses, she's not going to take the time to figure out what you look like. She's just going to swipe no. She's bored. Boom. Lost. Gone with all the other profiles she swiped no on, right? So you need to clearly show your face in all of your photos. She needs to know what your face looks like. If she doesn't know what you look like, why would she go out with you? It's a dating app. She's here to get dates. She wants to go out with guys that she finds attractive. And if she doesn't know if you're attractive or not, she's not going to give you the time of day, right? So first, number one, write this down. Take notes. If you haven't been taking notes during this presentation, you might want to rewind. You might want to rewind because I've been dropping all of the sauce in this video. She needs to clearly see what your face looks like. From there, once she knows what your face looks like, make sure the lighting for your photos are actually good. Like the lighting needs to be good. So once we've established the basics like that, you're posing, the angles, how to pose, all of that, facial expression, you've got all that covered. Your photos need to give her a taste of your lifestyle. She should be able to look at your photos and get a taste of who you are and what you're all about. In fact, your pictures need to tell a story. You need to tell a story. I call this the movie trailer effect, where she gets a teaser of what your life is all about, or even better, what a date with you is like. Or if you really want to take it to the next level, what a relationship with you is all about. Think about that. She sees your profile and she's already fantasizing about you. She's fantasizing herself in a relationship with you, on a date with you. If you know anything about women, women love to fantasize things. This is why they read things like romance novels and watch romance movies, because they like to imagine themselves in the scenarios of those stories. And you can do that with your photos, right? And what's really neat about this is when you do that, this actually pre-nurtures her leading up to the date. It builds all the rapport. It builds the comfort. It establishes that you're a real person, right? A lot of girls are nervous on dating apps because they don't know who they're meeting. You're just some stranger online. She wants to make sure you're not some freak who's going to kidnap her, that you're not going to be like some human trafficker, right? So your photos demonstrate that you're a real person, you live this cool life, and she wants to be a part of it. And that builds the rapport. So you don't have to text her for days on end to get her to go on a date with you. Like if you have to text a girl for more than a day or two, she's not that into you. Cut your loss, move on, right? But you're no longer going to have to do that. You're going to be able to text her and get a date set up within 24 hours of matching with her, right? And what's neat about this, like I said, it builds the rapport, it nurtures her. So when she meets you, she already kind of feels like she knows you. She already kind of feels like she knows you and she feels comfortable around you. And like I said, she's going to hug you really tight when she meets you. She's going to be super talkative, super giddy around you. She's going to be playing footsies with you under the table. It's going to make for an overall really good time. It's going to be one of the best dates you've ever gone on. And this is going to be the new standard you have for the dates you go on. Like, this is what you're going to expect. It's going to be so much better, right? And just really look at some of these photos so you can take inspiration. Like this photo, I'm in a booth at a restaurant. Women love nice restaurants. I'm not saying you have to take her to a nice restaurant. In fact, I wouldn't do that for your first date, but it's like she's here with me. Again, I'm traveling in Colorado, and both of these photos on a balcony, showing off some elements of sex appeal, showing off my physique. She's like, damn, he's hot and he likes to travel. Wow, I love that. Here, I'm wearing a suit. I look professional. Women love a man who can dress. Women go head over heels for a man in a suit. They say that a suit's a man's lingerie. Every man needs a nice suit photo on your profile. I'm telling you, you will get so many comments, so many likes with a nice suit photo on your profile because women love that. It looks masculine. It has sex appeal. You look confident. And that's what women want. Confidence, masculinity, sex appeal. I'm telling you, looks-based game, guys. She'll get to know all about you on the date. Don't worry about getting to know her on the dating app. That is what the date is for. So I want to show you my most liked photo so you can literally just copy me. Take this exact kind of photo, put it on your profile, and start getting matches immediately after watching this video. So here's my most liked photo. So let's talk about why this photo does so well. This photo has gotten me a lot of likes and a lot of roses, right? So again, you can clearly see what my face looks like. The lighting's good. My hair looks nice. My eyebrows are lined up. My beard's lined up. Skin's clear. I got this cool sweater on. And I'm in the booth at a nice restaurant. This is creating the movie trailer effect that I was talking about. It's like she's sitting across the booth with me, on a date with me. She can play footsies with me under the table. She can laugh at the jokes I tell. She can blush as I make fun of her for whatever she orders, right? It's like she's sitting across from me on the date, right? Which allows her to imagine herself with me. What woman doesn't want to go on a date with a handsome man at a nice restaurant, right? And I'm not saying you have to do that on the first date. In fact, I wouldn't recommend that. But again, it's going to get you a lot of matches. So take a photo like this. Take a photo like this. And again, I want to go back here. So I know like I'm showing myself in the best light in all these photos. And a lot of guys will say like, oh, I don't want to fake a lifestyle. I don't want to fake someone I'm not. I'm not telling you to do that. She knows that you don't live this extravagant lifestyle. She's not expecting you to travel the world 24/7. She's not expecting you to go to nice restaurants multiple nights a week. But she wants to know that you do that some parts of your life. Like she knows that that's not what you do every single day. Women do the exact same thing with their social media. They'll take, a bunch of photos on a trip, different outfits, different locations, and then they'll post them throughout the year, right? We all know that's not the lifestyle they live. They just do that. You got to do it too. Play to win the game, guys. Don't complain about it. Just play to win. It's going to be fine. She's not going to question you about it on the date. You have nothing to worry about. I'm telling you, I've gone on a lot of dates. I've gotten a lot of matches. Never been an issue. I don't travel 24/7. I don't go to nice restaurants every month. You're fine. It's got to be okay. So let's go over Hinge prompts. Because again, I told you, this is going to be a game changer for you, right? The photos are going to do all the heavy lifting for you. I went over how to take photos. We need to go over prompts, right? Because this is what's really going to get girls to message you first. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. If you're a good looking guy like me and you take photos like that, a lot of girls are just going to comment and say things like, hey, handsome, hey, sexy, stuff like that. They're going to be choosing up strong on you. But also, sometimes the prompts can help with the heavy lifting too, because not every girl is going to be super direct like that, right? So let's go over prompts that actually get her to start the conversation with you. Because again, that's the whole purpose of prompts, is so she can start the conversation. But guys never actually write prompts in a way that encourage her to start a conversation with you. So the biggest mistake, again, us guys, we're logical. Women are emotional. And it's always good to be logical, but when it comes to attracting women, you got to kind of touch into our emotions because women are more emotional. This is just psychology, right? And, guys mess this up because they'll put things in their bio like, oh, yeah, I want a girlfriend and I like watching football and eating pizza. Like, she's not reading that like, oh, wow. No. Why should she respond to that? Again, prompts need to spark emotion and curiosity. And this is what's really key. The prompts need to revolve around her. So remember how I said, like, we're creating that movie trailer effect with our photos? But we want to do the same thing with our prompts. They need to actually revolve around her. So they need to spark her emotion. They need to spark her curiosity, but they also need to revolve around her. So check out this prompt here. This prompt gets me a lot of likes and a lot of comments because it literally sparks all three pillars I'm talking about, right? So it goes, you should not go out with me. So I'm challenging her, sparking that emotion. If you can't handle Italians. Oh, she's curious. Oh, handle Italian. What does that mean? Oh, what is he on about? Right? And it revolves around her. And this girl goes, Italian meets Latina, found my match. How much easier would it be if girls were sending you messages like that, man? I'm giving you the sauce, bro. All you have to do is copy. And if you're like, oh, well, I'm not Italian. Okay, if you're Colombian, Middle Eastern, whatever background you are, just put it. I got a client right now. He put foreign men, right? So that's sparking even more curiosity. She's like, ooh, I wonder what his background is. Foreign. What is that? Take that, man. Take that. I'm giving you the sauce. I'm giving you the sauce, man. So let's go over some more examples. Good versus bad prompts. So terrible prompt right here. Together we could do skincare. Yes, I have a routine. Hit the gym, play, watch football, and a million other things. And you might be thinking, well, you said make it about her. That's revolving around her. That's allowing her to imagine herself with me. Yeah, but it's not really exciting. It's pretty boring. Like you don't read that like, oh, wow, I want to do that. Unless you're like Brad Pitt and you put that in there. Of course, she's going to be like, oh, yes, we should do that. But like even me, if I put that in there, no girl's going to comment on that. She doesn't care, right? So take this one from me. This one does numbers. I'll pick the topic if you start the conversation. So again, this prompt is encouraging her to start the conversation. I'll pick the topic if you start the conversation. And I go, first date horror story. Just pause the video, read some of these paragraphs, man. Like, it's no surprise to me you guys aren't getting second dates with the stories girls have told me with this prompt. Like, girls have left crazy comments with this prompt. But again, it's sparking emotion and it's allowing her to start the conversation. It doesn't really spark curiosity, which isn't always necessary, but it's hitting the two main pillars that we're trying to address. So again, really think about some prompts that are going to spark emotion, spark curiosity, and revolve around her. Be creative. So congrats. Now you have matches rolling in on autopilot, right? We've done all the heavy lifting. You got the good photos. You got the prompts in place. How are we actually going to convert them into dates? Let's break it down. So as you know, getting the match is only half the battle, right? And most guys slip up here because they don't understand two fundamental principles when it comes to texting girls, right? And if you don't understand these principles, you're going to get left behind and you're going to continue to be in the position you are in, getting matches, but no dates to show for yourself, right? So first things first, you have to move fast or you're going to get left behind. These girls are getting hundreds of matches every single week, some even every single day. So if you don't move fast enough, you're going to get left behind. She might not have even left you on red on purpose. You just were moving too slow and you got lost and buried behind all the other guys in her inbox, right? So you have to move quick. But also, every text needs to be progressing things forward. Every text needs to be intentional. So ask yourself, why are you texting this girl? Or even better, why are you on dating apps? Really think about it, because I'm really convinced a lot of you guys don't know the answer to this question. I'll tell you the reason why I'm on here. I'm on dating apps to get dates. I'm on here to meet women, right? So I'm assuming that's probably the reason you're on there, or the reason you should be on there. So every text needs to be progressing towards the meetup. We're not here to be her pen pal and text her all this random bullshit like, how was your day? What did you do today? What do you do for work? She doesn't care. You don't care. It's boring. It's surface level and it goes nowhere. So I wanted to throw this screenshot on here to show you another just mistake that I see guys make, right? I saw this on Reddit. Of course it was on Reddit. Redditors don't know how to use dating apps. They would really benefit from my YouTube videos. But this guy goes, it's been 24 hours since this exchange. No reply. Shall I ask for a free video call or move on? So let's read this conversation. Let's break it down. Yeah, it's always funny to see their reaction. He goes, wow, I bet it was a cool experience. And ha ha ha, if someone pulled me up for a duet, I'd be pretty nervous. Using these gay ass emojis. Like, guys, don't litter your texts with emojis. It looks feminine, it's weird, it's childish, don't do it. She goes, few shots in, you'd be fine. So tell me what you do for fun. So she's asking questions about him. This dude has literally lost frame in the conversation. When you're texting a girl, you always want to maintain the frame. If you don't maintain the frame, you can't take the lead and she's not going to fall into her feminine frame and you're going to get left behind, right? If you get left behind, you're not going to get a date. You're not going to get a match, right? So he goes, yeah, I'd agree. Using those stupid fucking emojis. Ha ha ha. Why are you using ha ha ha? Don't talk like that, guys. I like going to bars with mates, playing football, long walks, Netflix, other singing, clubbing. What else do you like to do? Sounds like an extreme sports, karaoke bars. Like they're just having these surface level conversations. Again, he's trying to get to know her over the app. Guys, you don't get to know girls over text. You get to know them on the date. That is what the date's for, to get to know each other. You don't need to do any of that on the dating app. And if she's requiring that of you, it's because either A, your profile just isn't on point. Your profile isn't good enough. It doesn't build that rapport. It doesn't nurture her like I talked about earlier. So again, go back to earlier in this video and watch how to nurture these girls with your photos, because you don't need to build rapport over the app. Your photos do that for you because she'll be high interest, right? But also, it might just be that she's not that into you, right? She's not that into you. Cut your loss. Move on, right? Because this guy's continuing to text her all day long, paragraphs, emojis, stupid stuff. Meanwhile, she's on a date, getting fucked, laughing at the text you're sending with the guy she's actually into, the guy that actually had the balls to ask her out. Because remember, you have to move with speed. You have to be intentional. You're on here to get a date. You're not going to get a date talking about bullshit like this, right? So let me show you how girls actually want to be texted. This is how girls actually wish you texted them. And when you text them the way they want to, you're going to be getting dates that you never have before. So let me break this down. So I matched with this chick. She was my type. I go Brazilian and Italian. This sounds like trouble, right? Sparking curiosity, sparking emotion. She's visualizing the scenario, right? I'm hitting all those attraction pillars. And she goes, not gonna lie, matched hoping you know how to handle a Latino. She's fell into my frame. She's now qualifying herself to me. We're not talking about random bullshit. She goes, I guess we both agree it's a dangerous combo, alluding to us going out, right? This is how you text girls, guys. You spark their emotions. You spark their curiosity. They fall into your frame. They start qualifying themselves to you. And you start getting dates, right? And I go, I guess we'll have to find out. Hinting to us going out, right? I'm still sparking that curiosity, but I still want her to validate herself to me a little more just to see is she actually into me or not? Because a big problem guys make is they're texting girls that aren't even into them. So you have to test them. Test them. Do not be afraid to pull back. If you're afraid to walk away from the deal, you're never going to close the deal, right? So I want to confirm her area. I go, you live in the Dallas area, right? She goes, yep, that's right. I live near blah, 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 blah. What about you? And I go, oh, that's not far. I feel like getting to know each other would be more natural in person. So this is what's key, guys. You always want to say something like, I feel like getting to know each other would be more natural in person, or you don't seem totally boring. We should continue this conversation, or, instead of texting, let's talk face to face, or something like that, right? Soft close. You don't want to hard close it just yet. You still want to see where you stand with this girl. You want to gauge her temperature. And she goes, I totally agree. But then, excuse me, wow, I just burped. Then she gives me a little shit test. And a lot of you guys would have failed this shit test. So really listen up, really pay attention, because I don't want you failing these kinds of tests, because this is going to prevent you from getting dates in the first place. So she goes, also, I haven't been checking the messages on this app. This is my Instagram if you prefer to chat there. Guys, never get a girl's Instagram. Never accept her Instagram. It's one thing if you send her your Instagram, but if she's giving you hers and she's telling you to follow you, do not do that. Do not do that under any circumstances, because then you're going to become a fan. She's trying to get a fan, right? Now you're just a follower. You're not that guy she's excited about anymore. So I go, I'm not active on IG, which is bullshit. That's a lie. I use IG. I be DMing other girls, right? I go, just shoot me a text and I'll make the plans. I drop her my number. Now listen up. This is also key. This is the final test I give girls. This is the final test. I go, I give them my number, so they're forced to invest into me. They're forced to invest in the interaction, right? This is the test to see, will they actually be compliant? Do they actually like me? Because if they give me any kind of pushback, any kind of, they're like, ooh, I don't want to do that. Any kind of resistance, that's my answer. They don't like me. I'm going to move on. I want to go to a girl that actually appreciates me, a girl that actually wants to go out with me. But if they do text you, boom, They like you. They're into you. And with this much compliance, this much of them investing, falling into your frame, hinting at you going out together, you already know she's into you, right? The odds of her flaking are very, very low. And if she does flake on you, it's because something actually came up. It wasn't like some bullshit, right? So that's how you qualify a girl. That's how you pre-qualify her and make sure that, she's actually into you and you prevent the flake. You make them invest in the interaction. You make them fall into your frame so you can take the lead and set the date. But yeah, boys, that is how you hack the Hinge algorithm to get more matches and schedule more dates. If you implement everything I talked about in this video, getting results like this is going to be effortless, right? Again, like I'm 5'6". If I was able to do this and figure this out as a 5'6" man, you should be watching this like, wow, like if he figured it out, there's no reason I can't either. Especially if you're watching this and you're like a taller man, like, bro, you got this. This is going to be a walk in the park, right? So in summary, remember, it's not the apps. It's not Match.com. You're not shadow banned. It's not the algorithm. It's not the women. You're the problem. You need better marketing. You need to know how to take photos that actually cater towards the female gaze. Otherwise, you're going to be in this endless rut of going on Reddit, watching these videos, and not getting the kind of results you actually want, right? Height, race, looks, etc. isn't the problem. Again, your profile sucks. Rewatch this video, implement what I told you to do, and start taking action, right? Pictures will make or break your experience. You could have the best prompts. You could be handsome. You could be tall. But if your pictures aren't on point, you're never going to get the kind of results you actually want. Remember, you might be getting good results, but you watch this video because you want amazing results, right? So to go from good to great to amazing is going to require exceptional amounts of effort. So put genuine effort into this, guys. And again, the first photo is the money shot. This will make or break your experience. Remember, girls are doom scrolling on TikTok or doom scrolling on dating apps. So you have to catch their attention. She has to feel some type of way about you. She needs to know what you look like, and she got to be like, wow, he's hot. He's sexy. I want to meet him. And then lastly, text game. Forget about it. Bullshit. Unnecessary. Just get to the point. We're texting these girls because we want to get on a date with them. So remember, speed and then tension. Boom. Make them qualify themselves to you. Give them your number, and you'll set the date. Easy. Boom. Done. So what now? We're almost an hour into this presentation. So I got two options for you guys. You can implement what I just taught and start seeing a change in the right direction, and you absolutely will. A lot of the guys who watch these videos get crazy results, right? So start watching this video, implement what I taught, take the photos, redo your prompts, start texting girls with the sequences I gave, and you'll definitely start to see a change in the right direction. But if you want to make transforming your dating life non-negotiable, eliminate the guesswork and any kind of like confusion and save your time, because who knows how long this might take you. If you want to be held by the hand by someone who's been in your shoes and has the proper systems in place, I encourage you to stick around for the rest of this video, because I want to tell you about my one-on-one mentorship, right? My online inbound attraction system where you can join me and a bunch of other like-minded men on the same path. So if you'd like a sneak peek of what option 2 looks like, keep watching this video. I want you to check this out. But if you're not interested, that's fine. You can just click off this video, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. But for those of you that are interested in option number 2, listen up. I think you're really going to like this. So before I show you what the online inbound attraction system one-on-one mentorship actually looks like, here's some lives I've transformed. You can just pause this video, read some of the screenshots, but these guys have literally gone from not being able to get a date to save their life to having an abundance of options and being able to pick and choose who they actually want to go out with and not just settle for what they can get, right? So just pause this video, read some of those screenshots so you can see this doesn't just work for me, but it works for other people too. Now, how this program works. So first things first, we have a school community where you'll have access to me and all the other guys in the community on the program. And if you really like my YouTube videos, like if you've watched a lot of my YouTube videos and you find a lot of value from them, you're like, I've implemented the stuff you've talked about, I've gotten really good results. My course material on school is a whole nother level, because there's a lot of things I can't talk about on YouTube, and I'm able to go in really big detail on my course material because there's no filter, right? I can say things exactly how they are, and I can go in way more depth, right? And like, I'm telling you, like the videos you see on here are nothing compared to what's on my school. Like just pause this video, read all the titles. Like this course is almost 5 hours long, and it goes over everything you could possibly need to know about dating apps, like the photos to take, how to take them, how to do a solo photo shoot, how to edit the photos, the order to put them in, good versus bad photos, how to text the girls if they're messaging you first, how you send the text if you're the one messaging them first, how to convert the dates, Instagram DM game. Like I cover everything you could need to know. So it's literally just plug and play. And all you have to do is do exactly what I say and you'll get the results. But not only do you get access to the course material and the community of all the other guys in the program, you also get my one-on-one accountability. Like I don't just dump guys into a course and say, okay, figure this out. Like, no, I work really close with my guys one-on-one, right? We hop on weekly calls together. Immediately when you join the program, we're going to hop on a call together and we're going to audit each of your dating app profiles one by one. We're going to look at each picture and say, okay, this photo is good. This photo is bad. Here's how this photo could be better. Remove this photo. Here's how you need to pose. This is the angle your face needs to be. This is the facial expression you need to make. Make sure the sun's behind you, not in front of you, et cetera, et cetera. Every little minute detail you could possibly need to optimize your results so you have a clear game plan on what pictures to take, how to take them, and so you can start split testing them on your profile and see what photos work and what don't. And I'll tell you, once my students implement that, look at the transformation in this photo. Like this photo looks so posed. His posture's awkward. His eyes are closed. And then he took the dinner table shot that I told you about earlier in this photo and boom, crushing it, right? Look at that photo. Handsome dude, killing it. And what's really neat is when we have these one-on-one calls, we do it every week. You get to keep the call recording. So you can literally like play it and rewatch it again. Like as you can see, there's like AI timestamps. So you can click around and see each different part of the video and rewatch it. And you get access to that forever, right? You get access to the school and the video calls forever. You get to keep those recordings, do whatever you want with them, right? But again, that's the one-on-one mentorship. If you think this is something that would benefit you, I encourage you to apply to work with me. So you can just click the top link in the description of this video and it's going to give you a questionnaire. You can just fill it out and you can book a one-on-one call with me where I'll see, what all your goals are with dating, what all you've tried, and I can ensure what I actually do with my one-on-one mentorship is actually aligned with what you're trying to achieve. And if I feel like you're a good fit, I can onboard you. We can get rocking and rolling. You can start watching the course material. We can have our first call together, start optimizing results, start taking action, and get you to that position where, maybe you're only getting 1 to 2 matches a week to getting 1 to 2 every single day. And you're just getting dates every single week, attracting the kind of girls you feel like you deserve. And you no longer have to settle for what you can get, but you actually get to pick and choose who you want to go out with. Again, if you've enjoyed my free content, if you've gotten a lot of value from it, you're really going to like this program. And I encourage you to apply and click that top link in the description to book that call with me. And I'll see if you're a good fit. And if so, I'll be excited to work with you, man. But that's it for this video, boys. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message on Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll see you boys in the next video. Peace.